Welcome everyone and welcome back to the Coach Approach. It's your coach Blake the Black Thinker, and today we're going to be going over matchmaking. Is it flawed this season compared to other seasons, or maybe is it even better? I know you guys have been having lower MMR. I know you guys have been having lower LP gains, lower LP losses sometimes too, higher LP gains sometimes. I know the games could be a little off, so I want to help answer some questions. I want to help you guys understand, how matchmaking is this season compared to the other seasons before. So if that interests you, make sure you stick around and stay, because without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so matchmaking. What even is matchmaking? Some of you guys might not even know what it is. Matchmaking, it's a system designed in any game to match you with other players of your equal skill level. Sometimes there are stricter guidelines, and sometimes there aren't. For a game like For Honor, what happens is you'll queue, right? You'll queue, they'll try to find similar level. If it takes too long, they'll go a little bit higher or a little bit lower. It just gets bigger, and then it takes too long still, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until you find someone. League of Legends queue is kind of the same in a sense that before it goes higher though, I think it goes lower and then it'll go higher. So if you're sitting in the queue for a while, which shouldn't really be too much now because a lot of players are playing, but at the end of season 10, there was a lot of longer queues. What typically happens and why you would see why is my MMR so bad and stuff like that? Well, to increase your MMR higher, you have to win games, right? But to increase your MMR higher faster, you have to play against players better than you. The game has to think you should lose this game. Once it thinks that and you win, you get more higher MMR. You get more MMR for that. It's not LP. LP MMR is different. MMR is matchmaking rating, okay? So you have LP, that's the thing that shows on your rank on how much you win or lose. And you have your MMR, which is hidden. I believe in season 1 there was no rank, and so that MMR was the only thing you've seen. But now they don't show that. Now it's just your actual LP and your actual rank. So as time goes on, when you're climbing, you're just beating people lower than you. Well, you're not gaining that much LP because your MMR is not really going up that higher, right? It's lower and lower because you're going against people lower than you. Now you might be thinking, well, how do I go against players higher than me? Well, in order to go against players higher than you, two things can happen. One, you just duo with someone higher than you. Now, the problem with duoing is if you do duo, guess what happens? If you lose a game, your MMR is going to drop heavily. And I know a lot of you guys choose to duo. Now, nothing is wrong with duoing, but if you wanted to know your natural skill level and you want to get better faster, I recommend soloing. It's very easy for you to fall into a habit of, I'm only climbing because of my duo, and then when they stop duoing, you're afraid to play because you don't have your duo anymore. That's what tends to happen. And so if you really want to improve, you really want to get better, solo as well. It's okay to duo sometimes, but don't let that be the only reason why you play ranked. Don't be like, oh, I only want to wait for my duo. Oh, I don't really want to play unless I'm duoing. Oh, I know if I duo, I have a better chance. It doesn't matter. You'll have a better chance of winning if you get better. And if you're always duoing someone, well, that person's gonna, take half of your problems away. If I'm mid laning for you and you're playing AD carry, and I'm calling you every single time the mid laner's coming, oh, watch out, mid laner's coming, watch out, mid laner's coming. Well, now you're getting used to the fact that I always say mid laner's coming. So if you don't have me there, you're not really gonna know when he's coming and you're gonna die. You know what I mean? Little stuff like that. And that happens throughout the entire game, not just early laning, but at the entire game. That duo could be helping you out. And vice versa, you could be helping that other duo out, right? So that's why I say, if you're gonna do it off and on, but have about 80% of your games be solo, maybe even 75, and then the rest of them duo, okay? So back to the topic as what I was saying. If you duo and you lose, your MMR drops drastically. It ain't no joke. It ain't no thing but chicken wing. It drops bad. Why? Because you are technically duoing together makes your MMR increase, right? Now, whoever the hell is the higher MMR, it's still collectively putting your MMR together. So let's have an example. One person has 1100 MMR, right? 1100 MMR. The other one has, we'll just say 1175, 1175 MMR. We do it. All right, MMR together is now, these are random numbers, by the way. MMR together is now 1165. 1,165, right? So our MMR together, one is going down to compensate for the one that's lower, and that one going up to compensate for the one that's higher. So now we're kind of in a medium. When we lose, the one that's higher is actually losing against players lower than he is, which means the game thinks, what are you doing here? You probably shouldn't be here. And you drop. The person that's lower, the game is like, well, you're supposed to lose, so it's not really going to affect you that much. You see what I'm getting at? And then the next time you queue, since his dropped, yours is going to drop because now it's not going to be 1165. It's going to be probably like 1150 because his MMR dropped, so it doesn't have to compensate that much further. And then it just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it. And eventually you guys got the same area, or you're just going to go lower and he's going to go lower. And then now why is my MMR so bad? Why am I gaining less LP, right? That's why, because of that stuff right there. The second way you can make your MMR technically, climb faster is getting really lucky. Not gonna lie, there's some times where I'll queue for a game and the players on the other team are higher than everybody on my team. And if you win that, the game's like, oh crap, here you go. If you lose that, it's like, whatever, you're supposed to, right? So a really good way you can kind of think about that, and I don't recommend you always do this, but a really good way is to go to op.gg or use Blitz, whatever you guys like to do, and compare the ranks, right? Like, let's say I'm queuing up as gold, right? Compare the ranks. If I have, me as a gold and then 3 other golds and then 1 silver, and they have all 5 golds, well, their MMR should be higher, right? More or less, their MMR should be higher. So that'd be a game that you want to focus on winning more. And I'll make another video on how to improve MMR next time I make a video. Not tomorrow, next time, but just like next time I make a chat with coach maybe or something like that. But it will be coming within this one. So I will make a video on, what I think is the best way to kind of improve your MMR. But that's a whole other topic in itself. So those are kind of the little short, brief ways to improve the MMR. Now, what do I think kind of about the matchmaking nowadays? So if you haven't noticed, players are a lot better. Like, it's no joke. Players are a lot better. I don't really know what it's like in silver. I haven't played there. But looking at some gold players, looking at some platinums, looking at some diamonds, like, the players are better. So I would only assume that the players there are better. And the thing is, I think what's happening is because the game's dropping you, the players are tending to be and elos are not supposed to be, right? So let's say in last season, the average of players, I believe, was silver. Season before that, the average player base was gold, right? So it looked like we took a dip in terms of skill level, and then we came back up. So I don't know if it was the duos. I don't know if it was the rank system that was flawed back then. But now it's coming to the point where, like, platinum players are fucking good. Like, gold players are fucking good, okay? Like, I've never struggled. And it's not even like people are inting. Like, it's just like they are good. I will watch them and be like, holy crap, are you serious? You could do that? Like, they're really, really good. And usually every season, players do get better. Usually every season, the competition does get more fierce. But I think what happened is because season 9, people were trying, people were caring, and then people started trolling AFKing, and then the game just went downhill, and people just stopped giving a fuck. So then the average player base started to be silver, because it's like, well, who the fuck wants to play? And then everybody's just kind of climbing, and the system's all fucked up. Everybody's everywhere. But this season, there's not really any more trolls, right? I mean, you might come across them, but I out of like 30 games I played, I've ran across like maybe 1 or 2 trolls, and maybe like 1. Actually, I haven't even ran across an AFK. So like 1 or 2 trolls in 30 games. That's a drastic improvement, right? Now I mute chat. So if you guys get flamers and ragers and shit like that, that's on y'all. You have a chat to mute it. That's a whole video topic in its own. But yeah, I don't ever come across it. So they're doing a good job with that. Now, with that in mind, right, we have no more of those. So now I have people that are trying a little bit harder. Plus, if you're at 0 LP, you're going to demote. There is no sitting at 0 LP and not demoting. If you are at 0 LP, you're going to demote unless you're at the rank of 4. So unless you're at gold 4, silver 4, plat 4, whatever. As long as you're at a 4, you're not going to drop. And that's okay. But the 3s, the 2s, the 1s, oh, if you mess up and you're at 0 LP, you're gone. So I don't think people want to do that anymore. So the games are just a lot better. Players are a lot better. People care about their rank now more than they did before. And that goes to show that Riot's actually doing a good job. That goes to show that the rank system is actually working. Hopefully they keep improving on it. Hopefully they don't just stop and say, okay, well, we're done. Like, hopefully they keep improving. But I do see the difference. I see the difference in skill level. I see the difference in just climbing. Like, climbing feels better. Even if I lose, it's like I'm losing to people that are good. I'm not losing because some random person, or, you know, I'm losing because of a champ is fucking explode. It's broken. Okay, some champs are just fucking stupid. But aside from that, it's a skill level thing, right? So it's like if I lose, it's like, oh, who cares? It's my fault. That's how the ranking system should have been in the first place, right? It gets stressful when you're playing and you lose because someone's just being stupid. You lose because someone just doesn't care. That's a whole different story than just losing because they're better than you. And yeah, the sad part is in this season, there's a lot of players that still have that mindset that, oh, you know, why is this cursor on the damn screen? Oh crap, wait. The mindset of like, oh, you know, my team is my team is inting. My team sucks. That's not the case, right? The thing is, all players took a break on preseason, right? And I never tell you guys to do that. I tell you guys to practice, keep playing preseason, it matters. A lot of people took a break on preseason. They come back, these players are better than they were last season, and you think they're not. So then they crap on you, and you're like, holy crap, I can't win, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's because you took a break and you didn't play all preseason, right? Or maybe you played normals, and you come back, and it's like, wow, they're better. Yeah, coach knows what he's talking about. You need to be playing your rank, okay? It's just like, you know, off-season in basketball or football and stuff. People don't just stop playing. They practice still. So with that in mind, like, the fact that people still have that mindset kind of sucks, but the gameplay doesn't lie. Players are just better, right? You don't have a lot of feeders, right? Players are going to lose. It's a ladder game. If there's a top laner here and a top laner here, who's going to win? Now, sometimes there are equal top laners or equal roles, right? Sometimes there are like, holy shit, you guys are close. The determining factor is what champion they play, right? So if I'm playing, I don't know, I'll just say Yasuo. If I'm playing Yasuo versus Darius, the Darius does not have to be as good as I am to beat me, right? Let's hear me out. The Yasuo has to be way better than the Darius to beat the Darius. And that's not the only matchup that's like that. Mid lane Fizz versus like a Zoe. The Fizz doesn't have to be that much better than Zoe, but Zoe has to be extremely better than Fizz, right? So there are times where it's equal, and some champions or some players are like this. But if they pick a champion that's super strong, or their main champion that's super strong, they don't really have to be that good, and they can be like this. And now your laner's losing. So they're not really losing because, oh, they suck, which is why they can perform well mid to late game. They're losing because the lane is hell. They're losing because like it's impossible to beat that champion with their champion. The only way that they win is just kind of sitting there doing nothing. But if he roams and y'all die, you're gonna blame the mid laner. No, he couldn't do anything with him in the first place. Like, so it's not the fact that, oh, my team sucks. It's the fact that, damn, that champion's better than that champion more often than not, right? If you see two tanks top, I doubt one of them's feeding. They're just probably sitting there. Like if you see two champions top, like Garen and Darius, maybe a death here or there, but they're not like 0 and 8. Like there's nothing like that. That happens because champions are just way better. And rarely the player sucks. Very rarely it sucks, but usually the champ's better. Just think about it. Take a thought back in time and see like someone who entered the lane really bad. What was their matchup? Right? They might not know how to play it. Maybe they're playing a new champion and they don't know how to play their matchup. Regardless of it, the champ usually is better than their champion. Does that excuse them for feeding? No, but you know, shit happens. So my thoughts on this season versus the previous seasons. As I said, season 10 was kind of a joke. Not gonna lie. Like, the skill was everywhere. Nobody was really that great. It was like, how the hell are you guys here? Doesn't make sense. Season 10 was actually better. I mean, not 10. 9 was actually better than 10 in the sense of, like, people cared more, which is why the average was gold. I'm curious to see the average of player base this season within, like, the next couple of weeks. Because the system definitely is better. The report system is better. The bot system for detecting AFKs is better. For detecting trollers is better. They have all these tools to help make sure you don't tilt. When you get into a lobby, instantly mute everybody. You can't tilt. when you get in the game, instantly mute everybody. You can't tilt. Pings are driving you nuts. Mute it. You can't tilt. Emotes driving you nuts. Mute it. You can't tilt. If you mute, here's a little tool tip. If you mute, I don't know if it goes away when you log out. So I don't know. But if you're logged in and you get a chance to and you mute someone, and maybe you dodge or somebody else dodge, you will see that mute again if it's the same player. So if there's someone being racist, if there's someone just being really, really mean or some shit like that in the chat, you mute them. And then when the next couple of games happen, you see them again, you know to dodge because it's the same dude. Now I have a student that actually logs everyone she's ever queued with. So she has the name of every single person and a little note attached to it. Oh, this person's good at team fights, but bad at CSing. That type of stuff. I like it, honestly. It's pretty cool. But that's not something you have to do. But that's just someone who's dedicated, right? But the little mute thing helps it so you can kind of see oh, I know that guy. That guy is that person that I didn't like because they're obviously muted. But yeah, no, I just wanted to give my spiel about what I thought about this new rank system. It's really good. I like it. I hope the game continues to improve. I hope people continue to be competitive. It's a very, very stressful game in a way that it should be. Not in a way that I just don't roll in a dice and I don't know what's going to happen. But it's in a way that I'm the dice. I'm the one that's rolling. Do I play good this game or do I play bad this game? That's pretty much what it's coming down to. The Smurf days are gone. There's not going to be any Smurfs anymore, right? There's Smurf queue now. So until the player has a bad win rate, they're just going to be in Smurf queue, which means that you don't even have to deal with Smurfs. And on top of that, I don't even think you have to deal with new players because they're going to be placed in a different queue. Not really, but they're going to be just placed lower because of their skill level. So you're having some very, very close to your MMR type games, especially if you play early, because there's a congested ass system where it's there's so many people around your bracket already, you're always picking from them. You're never picking from anybody higher or lower. So the game is very, very even every single time, right? And it just determines how well do you play. So I didn't even know there was chat in this. Whoa. So that's my thought on it. If you guys would like some coaching, make sure you go to my Coach Blaker site. Discounts will always be voiced here. There's no discounts right now, but I think I might make some pretty soon here. Go to that site, get some VODs, or go ahead and buy a coaching session. Whatever you want to do. If you guys would like free VODs, make sure you join my Discord. Also, I'm going to be doing the raffle for the free coaching this week. And so that the winner will have a free coaching. I will have a free coaching every single month. The way to get a free coaching is A, get achievements in my Discord, or B, be a Patreon. You will always be able to get a raffle ticket if you're a Patreon. Okay? I don't know if I'll let them stack yet, but I'll give you information on that when I announce it. So I don't know if I want to let the Patreon stack with the achievements or have all the achievements stack. Let's say you got 4 or 5 achievements. Well, that's 4 or 5 chances for you to get the spin. So I don't know if I'm going to do that, but if I do that, I'll let you guys know. Okay? So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys are on the lookout tomorrow for a VOD review because I am going to be doing a VOD review for you guys. So, and then a Patreon video. So Patreon, you look out for that as well. If you guys would like to join my Patreon, feel free to click the link below and look at those exclusive videos and whatnot. Give a little sample. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys are staying safe. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you guys are really good holidays and hope everything's starting off right. If you guys got any questions, let me know in the comments below or message me. Until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you for approaching this like a coach.